Okay, so today I'm going to go through the process of making a color image into black and white. So you're going to need to do this with at least a couple of your portraits. Check the assignment. I'm going to start off by hitting Command J to make a duplicate copy of the background. And the first way I can make a black and white image is by going to the adjustment layer here and clicking black and white. So as I go through here, I can adjust these sliders, and those are going to affect some of the tones in the image and see what I get. I can also start off by just clicking auto and getting my base from there. I want to lighten her hair just a little bit. It's also a good idea to go to the extremes and kind of see where, you know, the middle ground lies. I don't want too much contrast, but I don't want too little contrast either. I can also use the slider that's up here and go right into specific colors and tones. So there's the black and white image, and that's a great way to do it. I could go and continue this and do a dodge burn layer if I wanted to. So the second way to make the black and white image that I want you to try is actually gives you a little bit more control, and I like this way better. It's a few more steps though. So the first thing I need to do is I need to right click or control click on the layer here, and I need to convert this to a smart object. That's really important because what I'm going to show you can be edited later if you convert it to a smart object. What this means is that I can go back and I can make edits to everything I do later on. So once I've converted this to a smart object, again, control click, turn it into a smart object. You'll see it gets this little icon here. That's how I know it's a smart object. I'm then going to go up to filter and go camera raw filter. Now this is going to give me some more flexibility. I can adjust exposure, contrast, I can adjust all these here, but what I want to do is I want to click into the black and white adjustment. It's the fourth one in here, and click convert to grayscale, and you can see I get a really nice black and white here, and I can again fine tune it. Gives me some extra colors as well, and we'll see that when we go into the shirt. Alright, now the cool thing about this is I can go through and I can actually click these buttons here and see the before and after. I can click it again and it will split it right down the middle. Before and after. Once I click OK, you can see what it did is it added the smart filter and the camera raw filter. With this here, I can go back later on and actually adjust the black and white if I want to. So I have great black and white so far with the black and white adjustment layer and now the camera raw filter. If I want to add some more localized contrast, I can go up to layer new, click the layer button, make the mode overlay, and fill with 50% gray. What that's going to do is every time I paint black or white on this picture, it's going to lighten or darken in that area. So I'm going to hit D for default. It's going to change it to black and white. The X button will bring my foreground color to white. My brush is selected, and I'm going to drop this down to about 20%. Close enough. And now if I paint white in areas, it's going to lighten up that part. So here we go. I'm going to lighten her eyes just a little bit. And if I want to darken a little bit, I can hit X and paint black. And let's add a little bit more to her hair. Now you can see this brush is not going at the same speed as this circle here. You can see this is new in Photoshop. I can change how the brush reacts. Let's see, pull string mode. You can see it takes a little while to follow up. It's as if the brush were on a little bit of a string. So that's new in Photoshop. If you get that and things are acting a little weird, that could be it. If I want to change the opacity and darken things a little bit more or lighten things a little bit more, I can really kind of fine tune this image to get the final image. Last thing I'm going to do here, and you don't need to do it, I'm going to add a little bit of a vignette here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to filter, and I'm going to go to lens correction. Oh, I'm actually on the layer. You can see where I've painted on that layer, so I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to go back to the layer here, and I'm going to go to lens correction. There we go. And I'm going to go to custom, and you can see right here this vignette. Now what a vignette does is it just adds some darkness at the edges of the image. It just helps to frame in the picture a little bit. If I change the midpoint, it will move more into the center. There we go. All right, and again, it shows camera raw filter, lens correction. That's the after. I can actually turn it off. You can see this is the before, that's the after. There we go. So I'm going to leave it at that. Good luck with your black and whites.